Welcome to the Digital Glossary series for senior leaders. Today we're going to be looking at understanding your lead generation marketing. This is part 1 of 2, and in the first part we'll be looking at the overall picture and understanding how your lead generation marketing is working. We want to look at 4 key metrics overall. We want to start to compare these either month on month or year on year. By comparing them month on month or year on year, we are able to understand whether we're improving or not. So the 4 key metrics we want to look at. So first of all, it's leads. How many leads did we get? Are we generating more or less leads? Of course, we need to understand whether those are of quality or not, but overall we need to know the total number of leads we delivered. The second thing to look at is overall ad spend. Has ad spend increased or decreased? So that's the first metric we want to look at. And then second within that, what is our cost per lead? Are we spending more or less to acquire those leads into our funnel? The next one to look at is conversion rate. Is our conversion rate going up or down? This is the single most defining metric to understand the quality of our audience, i.e. have we targeted the right audience? And secondly, the quality of our experience and the content on our site, getting people to commit and giving us their information and therefore becoming leads. And the overarching final metric is traffic. Have we increased the amount of people that have visited us? Next up, we want to monitor and understand our overall campaign performance. We're going to look at 4 campaigns here, and in the first campaign, we can see that this was marked as least effective. We only spent £500 this month advertising it, but this campaign's goal was to generate visitors to the website. It was very ineffective at doing that compared to the other campaigns. It generated 1 lead, and the cost per lead, given our spend, was £500 per lead. And although the overall goal was to not generate leads, it was the most expensive campaign from a lead generation perspective. Our second campaign was the most ad engaged audience. Again, another brand campaign, this time display, and the click-through rate was significantly higher. It also generated far more clicks to the site and did generate some leads, although those leads were again quite high in terms of cost per lead because it was a brand display campaign. Next up is our email campaign. And although we spent quite a bit on it using some third-party data and a third-party provider, we actually found that this was our best lead generator. It generated the most amount of leads overall. Of course, it had a higher click-through rate because it was a highly targeted email campaign, so we would expect that level of click-through. However, the number of leads that it generated was 25, and the cost per lead was half that of the display campaign. So this was our most effective campaign overall at generating leads. Our final campaign was our social campaign. Now this campaign didn't necessarily generate a large volume of leads, but it was very good value for money. Our cost per lead here was only £75. So overall we could look to invest further in that campaign. Okay, to wrap up, so what we want to do overall is make sure that we've gathered our data and we know what our leads are, our costs, our cost per lead, our conversion rate, and our overall visitors. And then you also need to understand overall with each campaign how well they're performing in context of one another. Thanks for listening. Find out more at We Are Crank.